Snapdragon Stadium on a beautiful afternoon/evening. The stage was set with a packed house for everybody to perform, including this man here, holding the red plate on his new Red Bull KTM.
This guy right here, Ken Roczen, super impressive, but not a surprise when you think about the years and the experience that he has, and he looks really, really comfortable on his machine. He had a great offseason.
Watch this at the beginning. Chase Sexton caught out, tried to jump the start. He said afterwards, don't do that, kids at home. Don't try that, because he was put at the back. Hunter Lawrence got the whole shot. What a start, but Ken Roczen was right there with him.
Well, he was, but Hunter did a great job by defending his position, and I feel like if there's any Achilles heel that Hunter has, it's early intensity in these races, and he showed a massive improvement here tonight early on. Look at that little gap there as Kenny goes off of the track, but I'm liking what I'm seeing from Hunter here. This was a huge step forward for him for that early race intensity.
How about that for a move from Roczen to go back up front? This was a great scrap, but getting a front row view was Eli Tomac. He was perfectly poised to set up for a position, for a move, and to assess these two guys ahead of him, and here he goes.
Yep, Hunter wasn't able to jump that triple, and it was prime pickings for Eli Tomac, but I also feel like there was some urgency there for Tomac. He's going to make a great pass right here by Kenny. And an urgency for Tomac to make the move, also not wanting to let Kenny get some track position on him.
I could hear it in your voice how impressed you were with Roczen's fight early on against Tomac. He was not giving up. He was not just going to give it to Tomac.
No, Kenny is a lot like James Stewart when we were racing together. If you made a move by him, he was so good at a counter move, a counter attack, I like to call it. And Kenny, very similar to that. And he was able to get back by Eli, but after this next attempt by Eli to get into the lead, it'd be all she wrote for Kenny as far as defending for the race win here.
And that was it. Eli was able to get in front, stay in front. The battles weren't over, though, for Ken Roczen, because here comes Hunter Lawrence aboard the Honda HRC machine, and he was able to make a really nice move on Roczen.
I saw that. Look at Kenny, looks over his shoulder, sees that Hunter's there, gives way, tries to get a good run through the whoops, but just wasn't able to do that. Nevertheless, still a great run for Kenny, and man, I was not anticipating this. Hunter's almost going to go for the lead right here. Lee, watch, he's going to cross back to go underneath him, but see, this is where Hunter is very, very calculated. That would have been a high-risk move. There's going to have to be big collision that was going to happen for him to get in front of the lead.
Might have taken both of them down. Right. That was on the way home, and Eli was able to prevail to go back-to-back, not only in 2026, but go back-to-back here in San Diego and defend his win of a year ago to keep a perfect score, yes, for 2026. There's the podium. Tomac, Lawrence, Roczen. That was an enjoyable ride, and enjoyable for the Tomac family as well, because Daddy did great.
I heard what?
That's where he was talking about hearing Hunter Lawrence rev the motor. He said, what? Who's that? Who's there? Who's hassling me? So there is the snapshot of the results. Tomac, Lawrence, Roczen, the podium. Chase Sexton, great comeback. Solid ride, Joey Savacci. And then some very interesting names in maybe unfamiliar positions, like Justin Cooper, Cooper Webb, Aaron Plessinger, who wanted a little more. Gutsy ride from Malcolm Stewart in the top 10 riding injured.
RJ Hampshire, Prado, a little different from last week.
Yeah.
And, it's tough, you know. JT talked about it in some of his reports, just how important it is to get that start in track position.